Well, good morning, and welcome to another episode of Only Dude in the House. So, I know you all have seen the videos of the 1977 Chevy square body, the long bed, and since I've had it, it's going on about a couple months, it hasn't been running as smooth and as crisp as I think it should. You've seen the video where I did a whole tune-up on it. I changed all the plugs and wires. It had a brand new distributor cap on it, and actually the wires and plugs were probably fine, but I wanted to go to the XL plugs, a little bit more higher performance on this truck, but it's still just running like, to me, just running like garbage. It idles fine. It seems like I got the idle where it needed to be, but just wasn't running right. So I got on and started watching videos about timing and different things that maybe that's going on, because I know it's a spark problem. It's not a fuel problem. It seems to be getting fuel. It has to be a spark problem. So this morning I finally decided to try a couple things, and so that's what I wanted to show you this morning, what I've done. So if you know anything about old vehicles with that are carbureted and run off of the old distributor cap ignition, the timing is very, very important. But I don't have the setup to be able to just do timing on this thing and tear this apart and do all. I don't want to do all that. I think it was probably done when they rebuilt it, but now that more and more stuff I'm getting into this truck, I realize that I think that these guys were not doing things 100% correctly, and I think the previous owner probably did know some of that stuff and was concerned and just kind of wanted to get out from under it and start another project. So we got the distributor cap back there, and so this morning I'm going to kind of illustrate here in a minute what was going on and what I'd done, so you can see if you have an old truck that this is something that you could do yourself as well. It's not very hard, and if you know anything about vehicles, which I grew up around vehicles, and so I understand how they sound. That's why I knew from the beginning. I kept telling my buddy, hey, this thing just doesn't sound right, and he tried to say, oh, maybe it's the cam, I think it's just the way these old trucks are driven, but he's just new to this carbureted system himself. So I just knew there was something just wasn't correct on this, and so that's why I started kind of looking on YouTube and just trying to see what other drivers are saying and what they've done. And one of the old techniques they have is called power timing, and it's where you actually loosen up the distributor. There's a bolt back in there. You can see it right on top of that orange. It's painted orange for the cap. You loosen that cap up, and you can actually turn that distributor from one direction to the other. And what it's doing is you're either advancing or bringing back the timing for that the spark plugs and where it is in relation to the cam and to the pistons and where they're firing. And I'm just using simple terms because I'm a simple man. There's a whole lot more into it, and some of these videos I was watching, I'm getting frustrated because this one guy was trying to describe it, and it was a 20-minute video, and it was just hard for him to articulate everything. And it is difficult to explain this if you don't know anything about cars, honestly. But so I came out here this morning. I loosened up that bolt on the cap and the distributor, and just turned it ever so slightly. And you could tell when I was turning it, and I'll illustrate this to you here in a minute. You could tell when I was turning it, you can hear the idle was going down and the idle was going up. When it's going up, you're advancing it to go above where that timing is set, factory or however way in this case the mechanic set it when he set it. I don't know if it's right. I don't have the tools, the light, the things that do that, and so maybe someday I'll do that. But for now, I just wanted to improve the truck. So I'm gonna grab my tripod. I'm just going to show you guys, bring you in and kind of show you the sounds and what it looks like on adjusting that. And I'm telling you, I took it out for a drive. I haven't even tightened the bolt back down. I took it out for a drive, and it is night and day. I still think there's a little bit of an issue, but I think it's probably because it wasn't timed 100% correctly the first time, which again, we could probably set, because I don't like where the vacuum hose is pushing up against the intake, but it's a whole lot better. So let me grab my tripod and I'll just kind of illustrate this for you this morning. Okay, I got you set up here. I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and start the truck. Just know right now it is set pretty much where it's now to where I like it. So you're gonna hear this engine start pretty much right up. It's been sitting here probably for about 5-10 minutes now while I've been trying to put this video together. And then I'm gonna turn it back to where it was, and you could see just by turning this distributor the difference in the sound and how it performs. So let me go start it up. Bring the thunder. So you can already hear, I mean, it started up a little bit hesitant, but that's because it's been sitting for a little bit. I didn't give it any throttle. So I'm gonna reach in here and I'm gonna turn this distributor cap back to where they had it when I eventually bought this truck, and you will hear the difference. And I'll even rev it up a little bit, put it in gear a little bit, do that, and just play with it. You can hear a big difference. So I don't know if you can hear the difference already, but you can hear the idle has dropped down, but you can actually hear it in the back. I'm going to move you to the back and I'm going to actually play it off of the, you can hear it in the idle when I put it in drive, how it sputters. So I'm going to take you back to where the exhaust is and show you what it sounds like back there, because that's where the difference is at, and it just as it performed. As close as we can to this thing. The distributor turned where it is, and you can hear the miss. So I'm going to go adjust it now and turn it back to where I had it and advance it, and you'll hear a big difference. The idle will go up, and you'll also hear when I put it in gear how much better it sounds. Could hear the exhaust or the idle go up, so now I'm going to put in gear and you'll hear that sputters is pretty much gone away. So it's not really exactly the best illustration. I don't know how well this is going to turn out, but I'm really impressed. So I'm going to go back in here and I'm going to actually tighten this down. But I just wanted to come on here and just kind of share a quick video on what I did to make just a small improvement, a small touch to make this thing run and perform a whole lot better. And then I'll also take it down the road so you guys can see what I'm talking about, because it definitely makes a big difference. So I'm going to tighten it down, put the air cleaner back on, get everything tightened back up, and shut this down and go for a ride real quick. Okay, well, I got it all put back together. I'm going to just take it for one more test ride, and we'll see how it runs. And I can already tell a big difference. I want to see if you can hear a difference too. I take off, I can hear a difference in it. It's night and day. I'm going to switch the camera over in front view so you're not just staring at me the whole time. Go down this alley. And it just runs smoother already. It's like these videos I was watching that they were talking about how that it should run a lot better if you just turn that distributor a little bit. It's the firing order in place. When I turned it back, because I wasn't sure which way to turn, when I turned it back the opposite direction where it kind of got the idle went down even further and tried to take it out, I could tell that was the wrong direction because it just drove worse. Now I can actually give it a little bit of throttle instead of having to hammer it, and it goes. I'm gonna actually take it out here on the freeway real quick, and squirrel wanted to die this morning. Didn't know where to go. Here we go. Just gained back another 50 plus horsepower just by doing that. Man, power brake. Yep, approved. Burnout. She's got the power now. Okay, well, that's going to do it for this episode. If you enjoy these videos and you want to see more on this old 77 Chevy, then put the comments down below as to what you'd like to see done on it. I think mechanically it's pretty sound. Again, I think it's just gonna need to start doing some body work to it, and I'm looking for a rear bed because this bed has got that dent on that other side, and so definitely needs some work to it as far as body work and things of that nature, some rockers and some quarter panels, things that I could easily do myself with some help from my buddies. But other than that, like I said, this is going to do it for this video. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Hit like if you like the video. And then also the little bell icon so that you get notified for other videos that I post on here. So have a blessed weekend, and we'll catch you on the next one.